In this video, I'm going to teach you how to hold on to happiness longer. Feels good, sounds good, right? Have you ever felt happy and then all of a sudden you freaked out that you might lose the happiness? And of course, what happens? Well, you lose the happiness because this is all those good feelings turned into the fear that you might lose something, that attachment that you're going to lose something. And I know that when I finally started to experience more happiness in my life, I used to walk around New York City as if I was walking on glass that was about to break because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't lose this. And then, of course, what happened? Well, two things happened. One, I didn't really get to experience the happiness. And two, it went away really fast because my fear was getting in the way of me just being able to enjoy it. So what ended up happening is I found myself fairly obsessed with wanting to feel happier and feel good for longer periods of time. So I committed to myself that I was going to go on a quest to learn, how do I experience sustainable happiness? And that's what I want to teach you here. Because here's what I found. It was quite simple actually, but it was a pattern I wanted to adjust in my life of, I feel happy. Oh God, it could go away. And I wanted to break that and to turn it into something productive. So what ended up happening was I had to accept that happiness by itself is a finicky pickle. But all emotions are finicky pickles. They're designed by nature, emotions, to be transient. Guess what? We're humans. Maybe you're an AI bot watching this, but I'm assuming, and I'm recording this for those of you that identify as humans and that are watching this as humans. Because as humans, our emotions are designed to be transient and move through us. So when we think about it like that, of course the happiness is going to be a finicky pickle. Of course the happiness is going to go away. I wasn't recognizing, even though I talk about emotions all the time, that I was fearing just a natural cycle like the moon. I was fearing happiness going away like I was fearing the full moon disappearing. It's just part of nature. And it was like I was fearing enjoying food while eating it. So I'm eating food, I'm enjoying it, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I might get hungry. I might get hungry again. I might not enjoy this food after I eat it, right? It's part of the cycle of eating, and happiness is part of the human condition. It's part of a cycle. So you probably have heard the quote, if you love something, set it free. And here's what I found. I really love happiness. I really love feeling happy. And I had to learn and accept that my own willingness to set the happiness free, to not hold on to it, right? And also what I found was I needed to and wanted to have massive gratitude for those moments of happiness because they're going to come back. And what we appreciate, we get more of, right? So because you're showing your mind appreciation and you're showing your mind that you appreciate what I have in the moment, which is the whole purpose of gratitude, I can build the habit of practicing the age-old, time-tested, tried and true practice of non-attachment. So I learned to be non-attached to happiness. It was an interesting concept because I loved it so much, I wanted it, but what you resist persists. And I was resisting the happiness from going away. And so, of course, what happened is it kept going away. And fear is an indicator that you're not living in the present moment, right? So imagine what it's going to be like to drop that fear of the happiness and the feeling good is going to go away. Imagine the freedom of living in the present moment more often. By the way, that alone, just living in the present moment, is going to give you an amazing experience. And my bet is you'll experience, just by being in the present moment, longer, richer, deeper experiences of happiness. And happiness playing a role in your life even more often. So here's what I want you to do. While you are experiencing feeling good, give it gratitude. That's the turbo booster. Because gratitude has a bias towards action and, oh, I have happiness. I have the opportunity to find more opportunities and experience more opportunities of happiness and literally talk to that happiness. I'm so happy you're here. Give it that gratitude. And you are free to go and come as you please. Because you're always going to have a place here. You're always going to have a table at the seat here. You will always have a bed to sleep in here. Happiness, right? And here's a little optional exercise for you that I want to share, because I know some of you really are into this theme as much as I am. In your journal, every day for 7 days, a few days, you pick the amount of days, add a journaling question so that you can start building awareness around your resistance to the happiness going away or your acceptance of the happiness. And so here's the 2 questions I have for you today. Where have I allowed happiness or feeling good to come and go as it pleases? Because as you start to build awareness on it, you'll start saying, "Ooh, I did it, and I survived to tell the tale." And question 2, where have I attempted to hold on to happiness or good feeling, to hold those hostage inside my body? So where have I attempted to hold happiness or feeling good hostage inside my body? Because it doesn't make us bad if we do these things. We're humans. Of course we want to feel good longer, but it's time to be smarter than our own biology. So this is an exciting topic. Happiness and feeling good are states. They're emotions. Emotions are designed by nature to be transient. Okay? So as long as you're alive, they are going to come and go. Now the thing I want you to remember that's really important is I want you to be prepared for that you just can't selectively invite one emotion to come as it goes, as it pleases. You're also offering the same invitation and extending the same invitation of happiness to all of happiness's cousins, which is all the other emotions. And it's okay to feel those too. Because again, like I said, what you resist persists. So if you resist any of the emotions, the good ones from going away, the bad ones from entering, then we're not going to allow the emotions to be transient. And therefore, we're not making space for the next emotion to come, which hopefully is going to be happiness, especially if we're practicing in the present. So my expectation for you is as you allow yourself to feel them all the emotions, the happiness will still return more often because you're making room for it and allowing yourself to be present. So my friends, I wish for you a ever returning space of happiness. Namaste.